See, you could be laying in the bed sleeping, you just won't wake up in the morning because it's just move one little piece of light going there and turn your heart off. So this is what I'm working with. You all might want to think about that when you foolishly attempt to try to stop me from having money. You know, the whole sustainment of this planet is in the hands of a Tsar. All I gotta do is tell my sister to kill another million of them, and she will. And even if the news media don't let you know that they are dying like that, you can take my word for it, because I am that I am. And I didn't let them have it because I see what they're doing, and I can see that it's not going to change. It's going to get worse. They're just waiting right now to see if they could get a big enough break in the weather to try to do some more mischievous shit. But see, we got too much equipment here for them, and I'm letting their ass have it too. No breaks at all. I'm like, kill they ass, kill all the motherfuckers. And why you gotta kill another million of those rich ass fucks that has stolen everything on the planet and was gonna murder all of the people on those, every person that was responsible for having anything to do with the induction and the conduction of this new world order should be eradicated off the face of the earth. That is the truth. Any person who knowingly was going to assist these villains in the murder of the earth's recipients, known as the Homo sapiens of the earth, men and women, melanated men and women, which that covers the Caucasians too. See, y'all done dichotomize everything where you got to double talk on everything. You know, you can't. It's just ridiculous. But what I'm getting at is this: another million of them dies immediately. Kill them. Get them off the face of the earth. And you know, that's how easy it is for me. All I got to do is speak it. See, because I am a real God. I done showed you my temples and everything. I done showed you my freaking antiquity statue. You know what I'm saying? And everything that's necessary. I'm 52 years old out there wrestling around in the driveway with that guy. Banged my knee up on the ground. The shit's still hurting, but you know, I was thinking, I said, well, that's all right though. It might take you a little longer to heal, but you should be more mature. You shouldn't be getting your ass into no shit like that. And then I thought about it. I said, yeah, see, you forgot that you was 52 because you've been so blessed running around here with all this energy and everything. So see, I don't have to complain about everything because I got a lot of shit to be thankful for. But I'm thinking about the other people out there who didn't understand the importance of thinking and drinking and eating right, you know, and the proper books to read and the eradication of all the stuff that you think I'm hateful right now, I'm sure, but I'm not. I had to describe a circumstance of people existing on Earth that was centered around the hard dynamics of our Earth, with the brutality of slavery and the abuse of women and children and all the stuff that we all know. Every last one of us was a child, probably abused. Every woman out there knows that she's been abused and mistreated, okay? And every melanated man as well as every white man knows too that we've all been fucked and treated wrong. But the thing is, we all accept this as being normal. You know what I'm saying? Existence of our earth. We all feel that way because we don't do anything to try to change it. But now listen to this. I see these things flying around in this room, okay, all the time. And it's the same thing I see in the sun and in those light shifts, but they're on more micro size, right? But I'm looking at them and I'm saying to myself, okay, if I see these things flying around in this room, and I see the things in the light too, just like everybody else. And I feel the light. I see the light come into the house sometimes, and it's always like a woman. The first time, it's not happened a lot, but I've been able to remember now. I remember one night she stood in the doorway and stared at me for a long time. Then she finally came and got over me, and straddled herself, put her feet in my feet, and laid back into me. Same thing happened the other night, except this time she didn't come in as a form of a lady. Came in real short to the ground. But it was in a funny like type of shape, schematic type of arrangement And I was looking at it. I know it was symbolic that my mind picked up, but my intellect didn't know what it was, but my spirit knew what it was. I guarantee you that. And I was looking at it, and I knew what it was. When I was looking at it, and when it came right to the door, it stopped right at the door, just like what happened in the other apartment. When it was a lady that time, with the whole full body of a lady, with long flowing hair and everything, and then just came and actually positioned, body over mine, and fell back into did the same thing the other night, except it wasn't the body of a lady, it was just short to the ground. It looked like 1.5 inch pipe, copper pipe. It wasn't copper though, but all plumbers know how that would look. It was a round diameter, and it was folded in a really funny shape, like different type of angles and curves, and it was near the ground. And I watched it. I stared at it, and it was looking at me. It didn't have eyes. It just had knowing. It was energy of telepathy. I knew it was looking at me, and I was looking at it. I was like, I know what you are. And it was looking at me like, you know what we got to do. And I was like, yep, I know what you're getting ready to do. You're getting ready to crawl. And then as soon as I started thinking that, it started coming over toward me. I was just laying on the bed looking at it, and it got up. And then when it was a square, it was like a square over my body. And then it started transforming to make the same alignment, synonymous with my body. And it made, as it laid in my body, it made itself contour to my body as it fell into me. And as it fell into me, I could feel the energy coming into my body. And it was the same energy that I felt of that lady that come into my dreams. And I don't know if they be dreams. I'm starting to really recognize that they don't be dreams. They be areas of consciousness and unconsciousness where I be right in the middle. And that's the same lady that I see when I be all light. You know what, it really seems to me sometimes like the other side of me, that is the light side of me, is the female side that flies those light ships. This ain't got nothing to do with being no fag or none of that shit. See, this is the way our universe really works. And they done came out here with their books and gave us all their bullshit, and they done shut us down to true knowledge. That's the reason why I got these energy spectrums moving around in this room right now, and I can see them. And that's the reason why I know at 52 years old, as hard as I hit the ground out there, I was not supposed to be recovering from that the way I'm recovering. Even if it's taking a long time, I am healing and recovering. And so, you know, I just know that the average 52-year-old person couldn't, or I should say 52 years young, couldn't even go through that, you know, because I'm half his age. He's half my age. I pinned his ass out there 2 times. You know what I'm saying? So I really didn't even want to be trying to hurt nobody up and all that, punching somebody in the face, all that. I wasn't even at that. I'm way past that. But he was fighting me really hard though, you know. So I thank God for being in the shape that I'm in. And I'm just saying that gives me a whole lot of stuff to point out about how good there is, positive side about me too. But I'm not here to talk to everybody about positivity. They got plenty of preachers in there telling you about that in the church. Once you just succumb to, once you just bow down to Jesus, that's not what I'm here for. What I'm here to tell you is that the pleasures that's available is way greater than any bodily pleasure or material pleasure on this earth. The true pleasures are in the spiritual side. And that's the reason why I'm coming down here, to let you all become aware that someone has played on you by stealing your spiritual God of self away from you and giving you a replacement of that spook God that you have to go to and give money to and all this old foolish stuff that gets you in spiritual lockdown. And that's the reason why we can have a planet where you'll find me boldly addressing to the world, you know, with all you motherfuckers out there, ain't it some kind of way everybody can work together to help me out, especially considering the fact that I am God living in your city, and I'm here to do an assessment of you and an evaluation of you, and it's like, can you really be that dumb? I mean, I know what it is. You want Santa, and you want Jesus, and Frosty the Snowman, and Winnie the Pooh, and SpongeBob, and Captain Kangaroo, and Casper, the friendly ghost, and freaking Felix the Cat. And all that Bugs Bunny shit. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to a true demigod, alright, or a true incarnate God, or a true manifestation of enlightened person to walk amongst the masses and tell everybody on earth we are all enlightened, there is many that is way, way more wise than the wisest one. The thing is, we all need to commune with each other and understand the importance of us all wanting enlightenment. People don't want enlightenment now. People just want TV and iPhones, alright? All the crazy shit that we all got as to where nobody is trying to do anything about finding out the true knowledge of self. Now, I've been finding out that there are so many different energy bodies inside of one body that it is pathetic. That's the reason why we could be hesitant to do one certain thing over another, because we all find ourselves having shortcomings toward what is important more than what is necessarily important. You see, some things you need to actually sustain yourself, like the air and the elements, but is it going to be good for the sun to be shining and the water is all blue and calm? You know what I'm saying? And the wind is nice and steady and everything, a perfect day, but you ain't breathing. So what about all that other perfect shit going on? The only thing you're going to be concerned about is I can't get any air in my lungs. And that's what you guys need to think about the most, because when I tell you destruction to a whole city through bad weather, the bad weather could be air too, you know, because air can just go stagnant as to where you can breathe it in, but it won't have any sustainment in it for you. So as you see the green light go all over the whole ambience of everything, you know, and it just shows you that it's sunlight, which means that it can go wherever it wants. You know, when you see that, I can tell you all the lights are going to turn green, and you actually see the green light come and start doing that type of stuff from the sunlight that's normally yellow, then, you know, I think that would really be something to give an accountability to, and say, you know, there's something very, very alarming about him saying he's going to make the lights turn green, and then the lights on the fire trucks and everything, the police cars and everything, they all turn green. There was even green fires on houses and all kind of weird shit. The poor limo burnt up with a green fire and all that other shit that went on. But the most incredible one of all is that the sun itself, I mean the SUN sun, that has been making all these X's and forming with light orbs all around it and everything. And he was always telling us he was the son of God, but we all wanted to be white, you know, and not believe in what he's saying, you know. But that don't matter. You don't have to believe it. You don't. All you gotta do is know that I told you when you go to the judgment hall, because I'm gonna be there. I'm going to say, yes, I did tell him. I told them that I was going to make the air, cause problems with them to breathe, because the wickedness that's going on is that it's deliberate. And you have been doing that to us melanated men in this town for a long time. Unless the real fortunate, I'll stick my tongue up your ass, those are the ones who could do well here. But the other ones that's like, well, you know, I'm really serious about trying to do whatever I can to liberate myself as well as my people and all people of the earth from this apparent oppression that's everywhere, you know. Somebody got to take responsibility of self, and when I say self, I know that I am you. Contrary to the thoughts that you might believe that I'm racist or I hate white people because I say things to the melanated people like we need our own infrastructure and things like that. You can't see nothing wrong with me wanting to get out of the circumstances that you are privileged from having me in. Anytime you can mark the price up on something and make me buy it on credit already to begin with, and then